The FHA recently announced changes to the rules it follows when it comes to approving or denying a loan to buy a condominium. Here with everything you need to know about what these changes are and how they could impact values in your neighborhood is Shari. So it could have an impact even if you're not buying, if you own one already.
The good news is it's a positive impact.
So that's good to hear. Why are the changes needed then?
Well, what happened was, Roxanne, you know, FHA insures loans. So if you are a first-time buyer or maybe a lower-income buyer, you don't have the debt-to-income ratio, the down payment, or the credit score that a bank usually wants, FHA will insure the loan. The bank will be willing to make it to you. The problem is that if you're buying a condo, FHA has to approve that condo. And when the bubble burst, FHA took a lot of losses on condominiums. So they tightened up the rules to approve those condominiums. In fact, 80% of the condos that would have qualified for approval before the bubble no longer qualify. So basically, this is an effort by FHA to loosen up the reins for a more balanced approach, because let's face it, condos are lower priced than single-family homes and are the exact inventory we need for first-time buyers.
So it kind of seems like we're going back to the 80s when condos were under tighter scrutiny. When you went to get a mortgage, you paid a higher interest rate, things like that.
Right.
So what are these changes? I mean, that's years ago, but it's once again, it sounds like everything that's old is new again.
Right. So, for example, FHA requires that a certain amount of the units in a building be owner-occupied. They've now loosened that definition so that if you have a second home or a vacation home, even though you're not fully there all the time, that unit will still count as owner-occupied. They've also broadened the scope of the insurance that's allowed, and probably will be making more changes. For example, if you wanted to buy in a building that had not been approved, you could get what was called a spot approval. They eliminated that, but we'll probably go back to revisiting it and really looking at the reason why so many condos are not even electing to go through the approval process, because it's just too rigid now in certain ways as far as the reserve requirements and the budgets and things like that.
But it sounds good, like you said. It sounds like it has a positive impact. I mean, this is a turn toward the right direction for condo owners, especially when it comes to values, right?
Well, yeah, the thing is that we need this inventory. So for home buyers, it's going to make it easier to find a home because there'll be more units. That in turn will drive the values up because there'll be more people looking at a unit if you're trying to sell it, and you'll be able to get more money. That in turn will help the comparable sales, even single-family homes in the area, and overall it will be better. It helps move up buyers. Those people who sell then move up to a higher-priced home. So it's a good move for the whole economy.
Well, it sounds like it's a really positive step, and it's all in place.
First step. It's not enough, but it's a first step.
All right.
So, and folks who want to buy a condo can go to HUD.gov and see if their condo is approved too. You can look
thank you.
Yeah, sure.
We'll end on that note.
Sure.
HUD.gov. Thanks, Shari.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Let's send things over to Tyler for a look.